Real Country 1430 AM and 1073 FM WRDN. This is the WRDN Morning Farm Report. I'm Brian Winnikins. Joining us this morning is Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board President Pat Mullooly. And he recently took a trip out east and discovered or learned more about an initiative to bring soybean farmers and firefighters together. And this is really some pretty exciting stuff, especially with the recent revelations with all of the PFAS chemicals that were in firefighting foam. And this sounds like it's a game changer. And Pat, thank you for joining us this morning. Well, you had a chance to go out to Georgia earlier this week and see this new product in action. I guess tell us a little bit about the trip.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Brian. So last fall it was brought to our attention that this project was going on through the United Soybean Board. They had funded part of it, but it's a firefighting foam made from soy flour that is safer to the environment, safer to the users because of the PFAS that's the big talk in the news that's in the firefighting foam today that's available to them.
And so this is called Soy Foam TF 1122. So is it's a foam, but how they what they grind up soybeans and turn it into flour to make this, or how does that process work?
Correct. So, yeah, the soy flour is the base of it. And with the correct emulsifiers, which I learned the PFAS, there's fluorines in there, and there's no added fluorines to this product. So it's very safe to the environment, safe to the users. And we were able to talk to the chemist as well. And he said, I knew I could get soy to foam up. It's just a matter of getting the right formulation for those firefighters then when they're pumping on the correct type of fire, Class A and Class B. One is flammable liquids, one is structures and just wood and those materials. But they can get 3% of that solution coming out of the end of their hose is this soy foam, and it foams up and it kind of coats and smothers that fire out to the point where it's at the practice site. It's hard to reignite that. They really have to work to get it burning again. And that's kind of how it came about. It was originally a test foam, and they said, we have something better here than that. And they did more research. It's kind of how that came about.
And so not only did you get to see how they make it, but you also got to see it from the way you're talking here, how it works. They actually demonstrated it for you.
Yeah, correct. We got to tour the plant, saw the soy flour, which I had never seen, and soy meal before. And to state on that, they're hoping to reformulate eventually as the research goes on. Soy flour isn't as available as soy meal, so they're hoping to possibly just figure out how soy meal can be used in this product. And then once we toured the plant, we got to go out to the training center and in outside of town, and they lit some things on fire. And we had a fair amount of soybean growers that are also volunteer firefighters across the Midwest that were there, and they got to put a fire out with it. And there was firefighters from Manhattan, Kansas to New York City that are very excited about this product because they're in need of it. There's some states that have outlawed PFAS completely, except for the use on airports and maybe railroads. But seeing the excitement out of the firefighters, I think it's a product that when it hits the market could really help them with their issue.
Talking with the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, Pat Mullooly, about a recent trip he took out to Georgia to learn about a new foam called Soy Foam TF 1122 that could replace all of the PFAS type foams really across the country. Now, Pat, I understand that the company that made this, Cross Plains Solutions, is going to partner with Chippewa Valley Technical College here in Western Wisconsin. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so last fall when we were approached by Cross Plains Solutions, and again, they're based in Dalton, Georgia, one of their chemists in the research and development has a tie to Eau Claire and the Chippewa Valley Technical College. And the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, had funded some further research and studies to help get this product to market here. So up there at Chippewa Valley, they're doing some testing in conjunction with Cross Plains Solution that the Soy Checkoff here in Wisconsin helped fund.
And Pat, obviously, this is if this can be done commercially and on a very large scale basis, this would be a game changer, not only for the firefighters, but for Wisconsin soybean growers and really soybean growers across the country, because this is a totally new product just invented.
Correct. And it's not a huge market of soybeans as far as usage. I mean, they were throughout a figure of 12 million bushel a year to start. In the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot, but obviously we all know somebody that's had a fire or somebody that's a firefighter in your family and they're all exposed to this. So it really touches all walks of life, and it really could be a big deal and a very good product for the environment, for the safety of those firefighters.
Not only that, but it's just another example of Wisconsin soybean growers and farmers in general finding a way to do stuff sustainable and not have these forever chemicals and protect our groundwater.
Correct. Yeah, it's and again a win-win for the users and the environment if this product can get to market, which it's close. But they had a little more testing to do and checking reformulations. One of the things, there's some South Dakota and North Dakota firemen, farmers on the trip, and they question, if we take this out to fire in the wintertime, if it freezes on us, what happens? Is it still viable? And that's some of the testing that needs to be done. But it's promising here that this will hit the market soon.
Talking with Pat Mullooly, he's president of the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board this morning. Finally, Pat, with this partnership with Chippewa Valley Technical College, so when do you hope to have this actually in force and things happening up at the college?
That's a good question. I think some of that's going on. It's ongoing. They're continually running tests, so some of that's been done, and as they find out new problems or new uses on how exactly that can be used, that's ongoing. So, and again, there may be another request for proposal come in from them. I mean, they're trying to figure out, can you have it on your home farm or home business, and put it in a regular hand sprayer and use it yourself. So that's some of the types of things that they're trying to figure out, how it stores once it's mixed up, if it needs to be under pressure or stored in nitrogen in a fire extinguisher hanging on the wall. So that's some of the markets they're looking to get into as well. That's the research and development.
I guess I never thought of that. They're going to look at potentially having this in a fire extinguisher, so I could have it here in the studio or up at the tower site, or a farmer could have it right in the barn.
Possibly that's some of the things that are going on. But
Wow.
right now, what we saw the other day, it comes in totes or 5 gallon buckets. And what they did at the training center on Tuesday was they pulled the truck up, simulated a fire. The bucket comes out. There's a little stinger tube, I call it, goes down the bucket, and as the water's pumping out, it's sucking it in and blending that in the truck. So what's the use that we saw? But again, a lot more to come on the product for sure.
Some very exciting that's some exciting news, and let's hope they can figure some of these other issues out, because that would really help with this groundwater contamination, a lot to prevent the spread of that as well. Pat, again, we appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you for having.
Pat Mullooly, he's president of the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. This is the WRDN Morning Farm Report.